Poverty rarely arrives overnight. It enters through small daily habits. A habit of thinking, a habit of spending, a habit of blaming, a habit of quitting. And because this habit seems harmless, most of us never notice them. Years later, we wonder why life is not moving forward. The simple truth is your income can only rise consistently when your habits improve. Today, we are going to uncover 7 habits that keeps millions of people poor without them even realizing it. So please pay close attention because one of them may be costing you more than you think. Habit number 1, trying to be someone else. See, one of the biggest habits keeping people poor is spending your life trying to become someone else. Many people are chasing careers, chasing businesses and lifestyles they never truly wanted. They saw someone making money in it. They saw someone driving a nice car, and because of that, in fact, some people can even see someone becoming famous, and because of that, they want to become what they are not meant to be. So they abandoned who they are and started copying. But success doesn't reward imitation for long. The best a copy can ever become is a good copy. And people will always prefer the original. There's a concept from Japan I learned sometimes ago called Ikigai, which simply means reason for living or life's worth. The people who live the longest and most fulfilled lives often discover their Ikigai early. These people ask themselves 4 important questions which I want to share with you today. The first question is, what do I genuinely love doing? Not what everybody else is doing, not what is trending. The question is not what looks attractive on social media. What do you naturally enjoy doing? The second question is, does the world need it? That thing I enjoy doing, does the world need it? Can I solve a problem? Can it help people? Can it create value? The third question you should ask is, can I be paid for it? See, many people assume that what they love cannot make money. That's not always true. Almost every skill, every talent or passion can be monetized if you learn how to package it properly. The first question in that concept of Ikigai is, can I become exceptionally good at it? Not can I become average, not a mediocre. Can you become one of the best? When you find something that answers all these 4 questions, you found a powerful path towards success. A plumber may look ordinary to some people, yet there are plumbers making more money than university graduates. Isn't that true? A cleaner may seem insignificant to the society, yet some people have built companies, brands, books, and social media businesses around cleaning. The difference is not the profession, no. The difference is that they found their lane and stayed in it. Many people are struggling financially today because they are trying to swim in somebody else's river. They are gifted for one thing, but they start pursuing another thing. You are designed for one path, but running after a different one. A fish can only succeed in water. A bird can only succeed in the air. Neither of these 2 animals succeeds by trying to become the other person. Your breakthrough is often hidden in your uniqueness. Stop asking what is everybody doing. Start asking, what was I created to do? What's that particular thing you were created to do? Because when you discover that and you commit to becoming excellent at it, work stops feeling like punishment and your work starts becoming a platform for impact and income. So before we move on, just a quick reminder that you have not liked this video yet and you haven't subscribed. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for doing that. Habit number 2 that keeps people poor is seeing problem instead of possibilities. Every successful person develops the habit of seeing possibilities where others see problems. The truth is, obstacles are part of life. No matter who you are in life, you will face setbacks, disappointments, you will face failures, criticism, and unexpected challenges. The difference is not in the obstacles themselves. The difference is how people respond to them. See, most people see a problem and immediately become discouraged. They focus on what they have lost what went wrong, and why things are unfair. People allow fear, frustration, and negative emotions to control their thinking. But you have to understand that highly successful people think differently. They understand that every obstacle in life carries an important or an hidden opportunity inside it. So instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Successful people will ask, what can I learn from this? How can I use this situation to move forward? See, there's this man, Ryan Holiday, in his book, The Obstacle is the Way. He explains that obstacles becomes opportunities when we change our perception. And he listed about 3 or 4 steps. The first step is control your emotions. When problem arises, panic clouds judgment. Fear makes challenges appear larger than they really are. But successful people train themselves to stay calm and to see situations objectively. They don't ignore reality. No, they don't. They simply refuse to let emotions distort reality for them. The second step in that book is action. Many people spend their time worrying about outcomes of things. They obsess over the finish line while neglecting the next step. Successful people doesn't do that. They focus on the process. Successful people will ask, what can I do right now? Instead of worrying about how long the journey will take, they concentrate on today's assignment. They understand that progress comes from consistent action, not perfect conditions. The third step in the book is developing the strength to accept what cannot be changed. There are things in life beyond your control. You cannot control the economy. It's not possible. It's not in your care. You can't control other people's opinions. You can't control unexpected events, but you can control your attitude. You can control your decisions. You can control your response to things, to matters. And this is what successful people does. They focus their energy on what they can influence instead of wasting energy on what they cannot. This is why problems often becomes the training ground for greatness. Obstacles that seems to block your path today may actually be preparing you for the success you desire tomorrow. So develop the habit of seeing possibilities instead of problems. When others see a wall, look for a door. When others see failure, look for a lesson. When others see difficulty, look for growth. Because often the obstacle is not usually in the way. The obstacle itself is the way. So habit number 3, destroying people's progress, is negative thinking. You are about to hear a strange but true story. I read this story somewhere. Legend has it that Harry Houdini, the world famous escape artist, I read it somewhere, once claimed he could escape from any jail cell in the world. All he needed was to walk into the cell wearing his street clothes, and within an hour he would be free. So one day, an old prison accepted this challenge, and confidently Houdini walked into the cell. The heavy metal door, after entry, slammed shut behind him. Immediately he removed his coat and reached for a secret tool hidden inside his belt. You know, he kept something hidden inside his pocket. A flexible piece of steel he used countless times before. He has used it to escape. And for 30 minutes, he worked on the lock. Then an hour passed, 2 hours passed. The confidence on his face began to disappear. Sweat poured down on his body because he could not get his way out. He was exhausted and defeated. So Houdini finally, collapsed against the prison door, and something unexpected happened. The door swung open. The door had never been locked. Think about that story. The greatest escape artist in the world was trapped, not by iron bars, not by a lock, but just simply an assumption. The prison existed only in his mind. And that is exactly what negative thinking does to us. See, many people are living behind doors that were never locked. Some people will say, I can't do it. That will never work. It won't work. I'm not that smart. I'm not smart enough. People like me can never succeed. Some people even say they are too old. I'm too young. I don't have what it takes. These thoughts may seem harmless, but when you keep repeating it often enough, they become your beliefs. And beliefs will eventually become actions. Whatever you believe, you will act it. The problem is not that life has locked you out. No. The problem is that your mind has convinced you the door is locked. An ancient proverb in Africa says, when there is no enemy within, the enemy outside cannot do us any harm. Your mind is one of the most powerful forces you will ever face. It can either become your greatest ally or your greatest enemy. Negative thinking is dangerous because it creates invisible limitations. It convinces you to quit before you even start. It makes opportunities look like threats to you. It turns small challenges into impossible mountains. Your life will often move in the direction of your dominant thoughts. So if every day you expect failure, you begin to act like failure is inevitable. If every day you rehearse fear, you rehearse doubt and disappointment, those thoughts will begin to shape your decisions. Eventually, you create the very reality you were afraid of. Because your mind is like a fertile soil. Whatever you plant repeatedly will eventually grow. If you plant fear, and before you know it, fear will grow. If you plant doubt, doubt will grow. If you plant excuses, excuses will take over your farmland. But if you plant confidence, hope, courage, possibilities, those two will grow. The remarkable thing is that positive thinking costs nothing. It costs nothing to believe that improvement is possible. It costs nothing to imagine a better future for yourself. It costs you nothing to expect that, all this my efforts will produce results. It doesn't cost anything. Yet, many people spend their mental energy rehearsing failure instead of preparing for success. Like Udini that I just told you the story. They struggle against doors that are already open. The truth is that many of the limitations holding you back are not in reality. They exist only in your perception. So when your mind says you can't do it, thank your mind for its opinion and keep moving. When it says it's impossible, just test the door anyway. Just go, test it. When it says you will fail, take the step. Because the greatest prison, like I said, is not built with walls and bars. The greatest prison is a negative mindset. And the moment you challenge those thoughts of yours, you may discover what Udini later discovered. The door was never locked. It only looked locked in your mind. Another habit that silently keeps many people poor is refusing to learn. At first, it doesn't look dangerous. Nobody wakes up and says, I don't want to grow. Nobody says that. Instead, it sounds like, I already know that. Nobody can teach me. This is how I've always done it. I'm too old to learn something new. And without realizing it, a person stops growing while the world keeps moving. The world is changing every day. New technologies are emerging. New businesses are being created every single day. New skills are becoming highly valuable. New opportunities are opening up. But many people are still operating with the knowledge they acquired, years ago. You want new results with old information. It's not going to work. The one reason people refuse to learn is because learning challenges your identity. If you have spent years believing I am not good with money, you may reject financial education. If personally I believe that business is not for people like me, I may ignore opportunities to learn entrepreneurship. If someone believes he is too old to start over, that person may refuse to acquire new skills. The problem is not intelligence. The problem is attachment to an outdated story, and that story becomes a prison. Successful people understand something highly important, that the moment you stop learning, you start falling behind. That's why they read books. Successful people listen to mentors. They attend trainings. They ask questions. They remain students no matter how successful they become. Why? Because they understand that income often follows value. And value grows through learning. You can't grow your value if you don't learn. And the more you learn, the more problems you can solve. Then the more problems you can solve, invariably, the more opportunities that comes to your way. And the more opportunities come your way, the greater your chances of financial success. Do you understand how this thing works now? Every skill you have today was once something you didn't know. Someone taught you, you learned somewhere, you improved, and your life became better because of those things you learned. So the people who rise financially are usually not the people who know everything. They don't know all. Nobody is a master of all. They are only people who are willing to learn anything. Poor thinking will tell people, I know enough. While growth thinking will tell people, what else can I learn? And the day you believe you know everything is the day your progress begins to die. So never allow your education to end because your schooling ended. Keep reading. Keep listening. Keep asking questions. Keep upgrading your skills. Most importantly, keep upgrading your identity. Don't just learn about business. Don't just learn about money. Become a student of wealth. Don't just learn leadership. Become a person who is constantly growing. Because the people who keep learning are people who will keep earning. And the people who stop learning eventually stops growing. So refusing to learn is highly expensive. But when you are committed to a lifelong learning, this can change your entire future. Habit number 5, waiting for rescue. It's another deadly habit that keeps many people poor and stuck in life. Is waiting for someone else to change your situation. You are waiting for a rich relative, waiting for government assistance. You're waiting for luck. You're waiting for the perfect opportunity. You're waiting for someone to discover you. You're waiting for miracle to solve all your problems. But while you are waiting, months are turning into years, and years are gradually turning into decades. The hard truth is this: nobody is coming to rescue you. Not your friends, not motivational videos, not luck, not even favorable circumstances. Help may come. Yeah, support may come. Opportunities may come, but the responsibility for changing your life belongs to you. Successful people understand that their future is built by decisions they make every day. It is built in the moment nobody sees. All those late nights of learning, the discipline to stay focused, the sacrifices made today for a better future tomorrow. They do not wait until they feel motivated. No, successful people don't do that. They take action even when they are tired. They keep moving even when life feels unfair. They understand that winners are not created when conditions are perfect. Winners are created when they refuse to quit. So right now, there are people with fewer resources, fewer connections, and even less talent who are succeeding simply because they chose action over excuses. And they chose persistency over waiting. Stop waiting for someone to change your life. Stop waiting for perfect time. Stop waiting for rescue. Take responsibility. Take initiative. Take the first step. Because the day you stop waiting and start acting is the day your life begins to change. Nobody is coming to save you. This is your life. Take control of it. Habit number 6 that keeps people stuck in a place is lack of generosity. See, lack of generosity at first may sound strange. After all, if someone is struggling already, financially, shouldn't they hold tightly to everything they have? Logically is a big yes. That's exactly how many people think. They believe that keeping everything for themselves will make them richer. But life often works differently. Many struggling people live with scarcity mindset. They are afraid of losing the little they have. So they guard their money, they guard their knowledge, they guard the opportunities, they guard their connections. They constantly ask before they do something, what's in it for me? What will I gain? Why should I help someone else? But successful people understand something powerful, and it's a principle they hold on to. The value you create for others often determines the value that eventually returns to you. Just think about that for a second. The most successful businesses, they solve problems for people. The most respected leaders serve people. The most influential teachers I've heard about, I've seen, they share their knowledge. The most trusted professionals helps others succeed. Success grows where value is given. Generosity is not only about money. Many people hear the word generosity and immediately what we think about is giving away cash. But no, generosity is much more bigger than that. You can be generous with your knowledge. You can teach someone a skill. You can even share useful information with someone somewhere. You can recommend someone for an opportunity. You can introduce people to each other for connection, to connect them to one another. You can encourage someone who is discouraged. You can mentor a younger person. Those things too you are being generous when you do that. You can volunteer your time. You can support a worthy cause. Sometimes a few words of encouragement can change a person's life more than even money that you're giving them. Generosity creates relationships, and relationships eventually will create opportunity for you. Now, many opportunities in life do not come from applications. No, they come from people. Most of the opportunities you will enjoy in life will come from people. People remember those who helped them. People remember those who supported them during difficult seasons. People remember those who added value to their lives. Years later, same relationships can open doors that money cannot even buy. A recommendation, a partnership, a job opportunity, a business connection, a life-changing introduction somewhere, somehow. The world has a way of rewarding people who genuinely contribute to others. This is why some people seem to attract opportunities everywhere they go. It is often because they have spent years helping others without immediately expecting something in return. Now, let's be clear. Generosity does not mean being careless. No, it doesn't mean that. It does not mean allowing people to exploit you. It does not mean giving away everything you own. It does not mean you neglect your own responsibilities. Wise generosity has boundaries. This is what you must understand. When you're being generous, you can't be careless. You cannot pour from an empty cup forever. So generosity must be guided by wisdom. But there is a difference between wisdom and selfishness. There's a sharp difference between that. Some people use being wise as an excuse to never help anyone. They receive help, but they can never give it out. They ask for support from others, but they can never support people. No, that's wrong. You are looking for opportunities, but you're not creating opportunities for others. You can get encouragement from people and not encourage anyone. Life rewards attitude. A closed hand cannot receive much because it is already clenched. Look at me. Can I receive anything? An open hand can both give and receive. And the people who make the greatest impact in the world are usually contributors, people who contribute to other people's life. They look for ways to serve, ways to help, ways to solve problems, ways to make life better for others. Instead of constantly asking, what can I get? They will ask, what value can I add? Do you need my help? And that single shift in thinking can change everything. Because income, like I usually say, follows value. Influence follows value. Trust follows value. Opportunities follows value. The more problems you solve for people, the more valuable you become. And the more valuable you become, the more opportunities come your way. So, if you want to move forward financially in life, develop a generous spirit. Share what you know. Help people when you can. Encourage others. Support worthy causes. Celebrate other people's success. Look for ways to add value wherever you go, because generosity is not merely an act of giving. It is a mindset that turns ordinary people into people of impact. It turns ordinary people into people of influence and also lasting success. Now, habit number 7 is quitting too soon. This is perhaps one of the most dangerous habits keeping people poor. This one keeps people frustrated and stuck in life. See, many people don't fail because they lack intelligence. And people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they quit too soon. You start a business and when sales don't come quickly, you quit. You begin learning a valuable skill. When it becomes difficult, you quit. You start creating content online. After a few weeks of low views and little engagement, you quit. You start saving money and One unexpected expense comes up, you quit. You start exercising, oh, I'm going to start exercising, I'm going to do this and that. And because you did not see immediate results, you quit. The graveyard of unrealized dreams is filled with people who stopped one step before success. What many people don't understand is success is often delayed. Nature itself teaches this principle. A farmer plants a seed today. He won't see the harvest tomorrow. He will not even see it for weeks, sometimes months. It appears as though nothing is happening. Yet beneath the soil, unseen growth is taking place. Roots are developing. Strength is building. The foundation is being laid. In the same way, many people abandon their dreams because they cannot see immediate results. You mistake the silence for failure. You mistake slow progress for no progress. No. Stop mistaking temporary setbacks for permanent defeat. Life does not reward those who start. Life rewards those who continue. The business owner who succeeds is not often the most brilliant person in the industry. No, he isn't. The writer you see becoming famous today, who is influential today, is not the most gifted. That content creator you are seeing having millions of followers today, it's not because they are the most talented. Oftentimes, these are people who simply stayed long enough while others were stopping. They just kept showing up. While others were complaining, they kept improving on themselves. While others were changing direction every day, every month, every now and then, they stayed committed to the process. So most people dramatically overestimate what they can achieve in a few weeks. And then you underestimate what you can achieve in a few years of consistent effort. Success is really a single event. Success is not an event. It is usually the result of hundreds of ordinary days that nobody notices. Days of learning, days of practicing, days of failing, days of adjusting, days of showing up when motivation is gone. That is why consistency is often more powerful than talent. Talent may give someone a head start because you're talented, but consistency helps them finish the race. Many talented people are broke because they lack discipline. Many average people become successful because they refuse to quit. So every successful person you have seen today has their moments when they wanted to give up. Everybody had that moment. The difference is that they kept moving. When others saw obstacles, they saw lessons. When others saw delays, they saw preparation. When others stopped, they persisted. Now remember this. The bamboo tree spent years developing underground before it suddenly shoots up dramatically. To an observer, it looks like an overnight success, but the growth was happening long before anyone could see it. Your life may be the same. The skills you are learning, the relationships you are building, the business you are growing, the content you are creating, those things you are doing, your businesses, your life, the money you are saving, all of it may be producing results beneath the surface that you can't see yet. So don't dig up your seed because it hasn't become a tree yet. Don't abandon your dream because it hasn't happened on your timetable. Don't walk away from the right opportunity simply because the journey is taking longer than expected. Sometimes the breakthrough comes after the 100th attempt. Sometimes the door opens after the 100th knock. Sometimes the reward comes to the person who simply refused to quit. Be patient and committed. Keep learning. Keep improving. Keep showing up. Because many times the difference between success and failure is not intelligence. It is not talent. It is not education. It is not luck. It is simply the willingness to stay in the game long enough for success to find you. So if you are struggling financially today, please stop asking, how can I make more money? As you are asking that, also ask, what habits are holding me back? Because money usually follows behavior, and your behavior follows habits. The good news is that habits can change. You can stop comparing yourself to others. You can choose a better perspective. You can think differently. You can keep learning. You can do whatever it is that can bring you out of your comfort zone. You can take responsibility. You can become more generous, and you can remain consistent. And the moment your habits change, your direction will automatically change. And when your direction changes, your future also changes alongside with it. So tell me in the comments, which of these habits of all we have said do you think keeps most people poor? I want to hear from you. And if this video helped you in any way, please don't forget to like once again, subscribe, and share with someone who needs to hear it. Now remember this as I'm leaving. Poverty is not always lack of money. Sometimes it's a collection of habits that money alone cannot fix. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. God bless you.